the method of getting people onto sales calls these days is not as easy as it was. And if you're feeling like it's harder than it used to be, you're not imagining it, because the internet has gotten so much noisier. Sales calls used to be so much easier than they are now. You used to put a post out, offer a sales call, and people would just book one. But also AI has made everybody a content machine overnight. And the people that you're trying to reach and connect with, well, they've got their guard up. They are not as trusting as they used to be. And it's not as easy to convince people to jump on calls as it was 3 years ago. The game has shifted. And if you feel like your marketing efforts are feeling like a lot of work and you're not getting the return that you used to, if you're feeling like it's harder to get those conversions, I want you to know that you are not alone. Marketing has changed. Trust is at an all-time low. And a lot of the marketing strategies that used to work just aren't working as well anymore as a result. And the shift really that's happened is that people are not buying products from strangers they don't know as much as they were before. Actually, people are buying into people first, and then they buy the product second, which means that if your conversion rate is down, the problem probably isn't your offer, and it's probably not your price point. It's probably just that the relationship isn't there yet. And the people that you're trying to sell to don't trust you enough yet. And so in this episode, I'm going to show you exactly how I propose we fix that. I call it installing a relationship building engine into your business, and it's going to warm people up before a sales conversation even happens. You're going to see your conversion rate go up, and also you're going to be building a warm and mighty audience and converting those followers into actual leads and clients off the back of it. Hi, my name's Cordelia Kate. I am founder of a company called Rebellious Business and also The Thinker and Live Pod. And I did my first £500,000 in sales from less than 2,000 leads on my email list. And in this episode, I'm teaching you that method so that you can get a lot from a little. This is where a lot of people go wrong in marketing. Okay. So this is my cold to sold interactive thingy that I made to illustrate this point, because I always have this on a slide and have to point to it, and this is just going to bring it to life. So I hate the saying taking someone from cold to sold, to be honest. I find it very dehumanizing. I find a lot of things in marketing rather dehumanizing. We talk about sales and clients as though they're numbers and not people. And what you need to remember is that when you are marketing, you are connecting with real people. And you are trying to sell to real people. And so we need to understand the psychology of how that works and what we're trying to achieve with our marketing. If someone is cold, it means I don't know you, I don't like you, I don't trust you, because they don't know you, right? You don't like and trust people you don't know. Stranger danger. I might be aware of my problem, but not necessarily. And I'm definitely not aware that you are the solution to my problem. And so if you try and sell to people at this point, we call it cold. And it's cold because there is no trust there. There is no relationship built. There is no warmth. You are just a stranger to them. And if you try and sell to them at this point, we could have a conversion rate easily of 0.4%. 0.4%. That is the conversion rate for cold calling. If you were going to sit in a call center and ring people over and over and over again and try and sell your product to them, you would convert at 0.4%, which means if you called 100 people, you would make no sales, because you cannot cut a person up and you cannot you cannot get a 0.4 client, right? If you made 1,000 phone calls, you'd get 4 sales. 4, statistically speaking, if you were converting at 0.4%. So you've got to do a hell of a lot of work to get very minimal results. And even when they come in, they're going to be skeptical. Now, what happens is when we take someone from cold to hot is this conversion rate goes up. And look, this is the marketing process. Someone finds you, they discover you for the first time. Perhaps they saw you on Instagram in the algorithm for the first time. They saw a post. They liked the post. They decided to follow you. They're still cold when they hit that follow button, but they're interested. They're cold. They're a bit warmer, but they're still cold and they're interested. And at this point, when someone has just followed you, your conversion rate could be 0.6%, which means that if we were rounding up, you might get 1 client from 100 people, but 0.6 of a client doesn't exist. And so, that might be a lucky strike if you got 1 out of 100. And so when someone follows you and they like what you are talking about, they might go and have a look at your Instagram profile or your YouTube channel and have a bit of a binge watch. Now they're having a look at more content, and just by watching you on video and hearing what you're saying and hearing what you're talking about, what that's going to do is start to build a relationship, because a relationship is built out of trust. And it's going to start to feel like they trust you. Now, they might not. They might be like, nah, she's not my kind of girl, and click off. And that's fine. We're not trying to please all of the people all the time. But for the ones that you're going to connect with and vibe with, they're going to start to warm to you. And then maybe you put an offer out for some kind of freebie and they sign up to your email list. And now they are starting to consume your content. And at this point, they're getting your emails in their inbox. They're seeing you on social media. They're reading what you're saying. Maybe they're showing up to your lives or your webinars or whatever. And they are getting warm. Now, look at the difference. We're now at a conversion rate of around 2.5% if someone is at the lower end of warm. 2.5% would mean that you'd get 3 clients out of 100. So if you had 100 people in front of you, 3 of them would say yes to what you pitched. And then if we carry on past I kind of like you, this person's starting to warm to you, they're like, yeah, then maybe they're going to have this profound realization that you get me. You understand what my problem is. You understand how I'm feeling right now. And perhaps you're the person that can get me out of this situation. And so, if we get them on a sales call at this point, this would be a good time to get someone on a sales call. Do you realize that across all industry, average conversion rates sit at around 3%? So if you're converting at 4%, you're doing better than average. And that's good. That's great. And that means that you would need to get to put an email out, let's say, to 100 people on your list to get 4 sales calls booked in, for instance. So 4 people are going to say yes or take action out of 100 on whatever it is that you put in front of them. And then in terms of sales call conversion, perhaps you'll convert 25, maybe even 50% of those people into clients. But look, this gets better and better. If you sell to someone when they're hot and when they're super hot, that conversion rate can go up to 10%. 10%. That means that out of 100, you're getting 10 clients. And that is massive, because let me just show you what that means in terms of revenue, right? Let's say you're trying to sell to people that have just followed you. You're trying to sell on social media to people that have just followed you. They don't know you, they don't like you, they don't trust you enough yet. The majority of the people that are seeing you. And look, in this day and age, social media is not social media anymore. It is interest media, because the algorithm is basically pushing the majority of your content out in front of people that haven't come across you yet. They're showing it to completely fresh eyeballs, which means it's even harder to sell on social media than it used to be. And the reason is because the people seeing your content are even colder than they were in the days when you built a following, and then the stuff you put in front of your following then got the opportunity to convert. Now it's going out in front of more people that don't know you than people that know you. And it's even harder to get those conversions for that reason. Let's say we've got an email list of 1,000 people, or actually let's say it's like Instagram. It doesn't matter where they are. It could be on Instagram, email, anywhere. The point is if you get it in front of 1,000 of these people and your product is £1,000 and you sell to them here, you're going to get 6 clients because you've got a 0.6% conversion rate, and you're going to get a revenue number of £6,000. £6,000 versus, look at what happens when we move this to selling to people who are hot. £100,000. And that is an insane difference, which is exactly why you don't want to be selling to people that do not know you, do not like you, and do not trust you. So what do we need? How do we warm these people up? How do we get them to a place where they feel like they know you, they like you, they trust you, that they are going to convert towards that 10%? Well, you, my friend, need a relationship building engine. And a relationship building engine just means you insert something into your pipeline or your marketing strategy that has the sole purpose of demonstrating your personality, your expertise, and building connection between you and your audience. A lot of the things in marketing were literally designed to automate the most high converting thing you can ever do. And that is talking to someone, having a conversation with them, human connection. That converts better than anything, and building a relationship with them in real time. If you pitch to someone at the end of that, you are way more likely to get a sale than anything else. A lot of people come into marketing and they go, right, I need an email list, I need a webinar, I need this, I need that. And they don't realize that we want to be putting these things in place once we've worked out how to convert in the most simplest forms. And that is through having conversations with people. And so A relationship building engine is where you create this space where people can actually see you, feel you, talk to you, connect to you, and build a relationship with you. And the most powerful automated way to do that is through video, like I'm doing now. I'm on video, you are listening to me, you can feel my energy, you can get a sense of whether you like me or not, whether you trust me or not, whether you believe me or not, whether you feel a connection to me or not, whether we have similar energies or not. You pick up these things subconsciously about me whilst you're watching me, and you will get a feel for that so much faster than if you were reading something I wrote. A lot of people want to put posts out and hide on video, and actually that's perfectly fine. You can market in so many ways now. Faceless marketing is a thing, but the best way in terms of speed and efficiency to really build a relationship with people is to show them your face and also demonstrate your energy to them so that they can get a feel for who you are. And look, you would do that if you had a shop. You would be in the shop and people would come into the shop and you would talk to them. And it's just the same thing. We're basically taking that concept and putting it on the internet. So the problem, if you're not getting the conversions that you want right now, isn't necessarily your offer and it isn't necessarily your price point. It's probably not that you have got something missing or you weren't told a secret that everybody around you seems to have been told. It's probably just as simple as you haven't got something relationship building in your system. And when you're putting your offers out and you're trying to get people to book calls with you or buy something or jump on a webinar or whatever that may be, they're too cold. They're not warm enough yet. You haven't built that relationship with them yet. And so what we want to do then is have a think about how we change that so that you can start building strong relationships with your audience. And the relationship building engine is really simple. My one, the one I use, is this that you're watching right now. A live show that I run once a week. And the reason why live shows are such a flipping good idea is because, number one, I can get every bit of content I need out of this live show to keep my business wheels turning. I don't need to custom create reels or think about what I'm going to email my list this week to stay in touch with them or create a content calendar. All of that is out the window. All I need to do is show up once a week, talk for half an hour, and I create all my content from that. Great. The second great thing about live shows is that I'm live right now. Anybody here watching on the live or even on the replay, you're getting an idea of what my human nuance is like. I'm going to mess up. I'm going to say, I'm going to do live bloopers. It happens more often than not. And you're going to get a sense of what I'm like as a human being. And what that's going to do is it's going to repel the people that do not connect with me. And it's going to pull the ones that feel a connection to me even closer. And that is how it works. And that's great because do you know what that means? When I get people booking sales calls with me, they're usually people that I would just genuinely get on with in the real world. In fact, some of my closest friends have been clients of mine. I've met some amazing people, and the reason why I've attracted them in is because I am just myself on camera. And what that does is it makes the people that just don't gel with me repel from me, and the ones that do gel with me come close to me. And what that does is it means I end up working with the best client base, the kind of people you want to throw cocktail parties for. So anyway, being yourself on camera, live, terrifying, is the hairy, scary Mary method of building relationships with people. But what it does is it really demonstrates the human side of you. And right now, more than any other time in history, that is so valuable. When I launched the Rebellious Business Network back in 2020, I used to harp on the whole message about it then was be yourself online. Have the tenacity to be the wildest, most extreme version of you and stand out online rather than trying to fit in like you've been doing your whole life, playing it safe, not wanting to be judged. And that takes courage, right? Because there is this fear of not fitting in, fear of not being part of the tribe, fear of being excluded that we've had since we were kids, when we were trying to fit in at school. So suddenly stand up and be like, I am an online business owner and this is who I am and this is why I'm different and these are all the things about me that could leave me completely rejected by society. It's terrifying. And it's very counterintuitive and it takes a lot of courage. And I've been harping on about this for such a long time, but now it is more important than ever before to do that. Because the reality is, if you're too perfect, let's say you go to public speaking finishing school and you become the perfect presenter. Well, guess what? People might not trust you because you look like you could be AI. It is so much better to be rough around the edges. That's what I am. A little bit rough around the edges. Not perfect, not polished. And it's so much better to be that, because every time I say or I mess up or I fluff or I say something stupid and laugh at myself live, or I've accidentally ended the live once thinking it was an end screen share button. Every time you do something like that, you pop a token in the I am a human box. I am a human box. And what that does is it means that you are real and people step closer to you, because right now we're craving real. We're craving real more than ever before. So it was always a bad idea to be a polished presenter, because you want to be you. Reason why you want to be you want to attract the kind of people you get on with. You want to really build an audience of people that are like, I like her. She's my kind of vibe. But now it's even more important, because if you don't do that, you just look like AI. And no one wants to look like AI, because anyone can be AI. I promise you I'm not AI. I think you already know. Here's how this relationship building engine works, because it needs to be systemized. I am so busy. I've got 4 kids. I'm running 2 businesses. I am a housewife and a wife and all the things. I'm wearing so many hats and I'm running so many things, and I need things to be systemized. Otherwise they don't happen. And so what I love about the idea of having your own live show is that you turn up same time, same place each week. You get that consistency. What that does is it holds you accountable to turn up. Like, Tuesday, 11 o'clock, it's my show. I need to turn up. If I just put a filming day in the diary to go and film some video content, I'd probably find a reason to skip it. But because I've said I'm going live Tuesday at 11 o'clock, I show up. Because I don't want to look flaky. I don't want to be an unreliable person on the internet. I don't want my audience to be like, oh, she said she might be, but she probably won't be because she's unreliable. That's not the kind of person I want to be. And that's not what I want to be known for. So that accountability is really helpful, because it means that you are going to get that video content done. Secondly, systemizing the process means having a concept and being clear about what your live show is about. So step 1, conceptualize it. What is it? Just like any podcast or just like any TV show or radio show, there is a concept. And the concept for this show is teaching you systems that make you ruthlessly effective, basically, in a nutshell. And so having a concept for what your show is going to be about, it could be that you are a parenting coach and your whole show is going to be about getting toddlers to go to sleep. And every episode you do will be linked back to that somehow. Maybe it's about nutrition, maybe bedtime routines, maybe you're going to speak to an expert, maybe you're going to cover different sleep problems that children have, room lighting, all kinds of stuff that you can talk about related to toddlers going to sleep. And that's going to be your show. Maybe your concept is you interview parents and you ask them about what their experience has been like as a first parent. That's your whole concept. First time parent interviews, stories from a real life first time parent. And just coming up with a concept for your show is going to be the anchor for what topics you create. So that's the starting point for systemizing it, because the next thing is doing research and seeing what is performing well right now that you can model and you can copy. And when I say copy, I don't mean like steal. I mean paraphrase. Why reinvent the wheel? Go and see what's working and model it. There are so many people out there that are doing amazing jobs right now at business. Go see what they're doing and do your version of that, so that you are not reinventing the wheel, so that you don't accidentally upset someone. Like, that's wild. Everybody is a mentor to you, so go and learn from them. See what's working, model it. And then it's literally a case of setting the date for the first one. Okay, it's going to be 11 a.m. on Tuesday, the 15th of November. No, that's too far in the future. Bring it closer. You only need a couple of weeks to get ready for your first one. Because what you can do from there is create yourself some promo materials to tell everyone you're going live, some notes to keep yourself on track whilst you are live, some mindset reminders to tell yourself you're excited instead of nervous just before you go live. And then your live is going to happen. And what's going to happen is, number 1, you will have done it. Your first live is done. But number 2, you have now got 30 to 60 minutes of highly human content that was you, raw to a camera, not edited and not perfected, just you speaking about your topic live to camera for 30 to 60 minutes. And that is gold. Do you know why? Because you can turn that into so many things. Right now, hundreds of people are talking to ChatGPT as we speak, trying to get ChatGPT or Claude to create some kind of social media post that sounds AI. It sounds wanky, and they're going back and forth with AI right now, trying to make it sound more like them. Do you know the best way to do that? Give it something that sounds like you in the first place. And a 30 to 60 minute transcript of you speaking is the most incredible AI input. You put it in and you get something that sounds like you out the other end. And so now you've got this highly human input. You can turn it into a blog post, a LinkedIn article. You can turn it into a YouTube video, a podcast episode. You can turn it into reels, clips, shorts. Those three things were all the same thing. You can turn it into an email to send your email list. Just think. No more, what shall I send my email list this week? No more, what shall I post on Instagram this week? Just sorted, because you've got a repurposing system from your live show. One live episode every single week will give you enough content to last an entire year and more. And guess what? After a year, you can just run the cycle again, do the same episodes again, new perspective, new way of doing it. Hey, I've already done an episode on this before. I'm coming at it from another angle. There are so many ways to explain something to someone, and there are so many ways for you to share your expertise on a video. So that is my relationship building engine. I go live once a week. And do you know what? I launched my new YouTube channel it was the 27th of December, 2025. And within 3 months of launching that, I got 400 new subscribers. Awesome. You know, slow growth, but that's great. 400 new subscribers. But out of those 400 new subscribers, do you want to know how much I made in sales? £10,000 from 400 subscribers. And here's the thing. A lot of people are getting subscribers and they're not monetized until they hit the YouTube monetization. But you can monetize easily with your own products, with your own offers to that small number of people because they are warm. Every week, I'm getting people join my school community. I'm getting people booking calls with me. And slowly but surely, I'm building these new businesses off the back of this YouTube channel, which is really, really cool. So what happens is you can then get a lot from a little. And that's great because it's really hard when you're starting out to get your first 1,000 leads or get your first 1,000 subscribers. So if you're trying to get your conversions way too early in that pipeline, at the place where people are converting at 0.4%, it's a lot of work. Oh my God, it's a lot of work. It's no wonder so many people quit before they're winning. And that is why you need a relationship building engine. Your primary focus is to build relationships with people and then sell to them when they're a bit more warmed up. And so every step of the way throughout your funnel, and you want to think about how warm are these people and what's the most appropriate thing that I can give to them, offer to them, and the next thing that they are likely to take up based on how warm they are. And that can take a little bit of trial and error to figure out what that is. So I have put together my entire live show strategy for you end to end so that you can basically grab it, model it, and make it your own. It's inside my community called Strategy Geeks. If you're not in there, come and join. It's over on School. The link to jump in there is under this video in the description. I have a full ebook that I have created, and you'll find it inside the classroom, that walks you through my entire live show strategy from how to come up with a concept for your show, and then the whole thing mapped in terms of how to promote it, how to put it together, how to run it, how to repurpose it, and all the things. So you can jump in and have a look at that strategy map. I'm going to show you around the school community as well, and I'll show you where to find the ebook I'm talking about as well. So this is Strategy Geeks, and this is the classroom. So inside here, how to launch your own live show. And there is in here a video of me mapping out the entire strategy on a whiteboard from end to end. And then you can grab the One Live Show content system ebook that has the entire strategy written in there. If I am 100% a visual person, I need to see things to understand them, and hearing someone talk about something gives me ideas but doesn't give me clarity. So if you're like that too, then come and grab this. It is inside Strategy Geeks, the One Live Show content system, and you will find it there. Also, just to let you know, in the calendar we have a couple of events happening as well, so check this out, because we have a geek out that happens every couple of weeks where we essentially come hang out together and geek out on all the tools, systems, and strategies that are currently working in everybody's businesses right now so that you get real human use cases on what is working in online business right now without having to watch YouTube videos or read articles. You can get real life human use cases. So that's Strategy Geeks. Come and join inside Strategy Geeks. Get your hands on that ebook. Have a think about having your own live show. What could that look like? What could that be? And of course, if you want someone to talk that through with, then I do have the odd live show call you can book in with me to discuss whether you have a live show in you that has legs. You can find information on that on my website, cordeliakate.com. Straight on the homepage, there's lots of information about launching your own live show. And trust me, it is a game changer when you have yours, because you will have that relationship building engine in place. You'll be warming people up and you will be getting a lot more conversions, a lot more bang for your buck. Let's put it like that. A lot more conversions from the effort you are making. So there we have it. That's all from me. I will see you on another episode very soon, but let me know if you have had any questions, drop them in the comments. And if you've got anything you want to share, drop it in the comments. I would love to hear from you and hear what you have to say. And I will see you on the next one. Bye.